Hi, hello, and welcome to Spell Day, where we're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +1 at the moment. You can head back in the playlist to find it. Today's spell is Mind Blank.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
8th level Abjuration, casting tempo 1 action, range of touch, components verbal somatic, duration 24 hours. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage, any effect that would sense its emotions or read its thoughts, divination spells, and the charmed condition. The spell even foils wish spells and spells or effects of similar power used to affect the target's mind or to gain information about the target. Even wish? So this is a fun one. Mind Blank, something that, depending on the campaign, might be more useful, might be not, is way too high level for what it is, though. Now, to be fair, when you'd be dealing with these effects is later in the game, but 8th level? Really? Immunity to a damage type is nothing to scoff at, though. Again, even if you didn't take in the additional effects on top of this, immunity to an entire damage type, like let's say you're going against Gith or Lithid. This spell, of course you would want this. It's not even concentration and it's 24 hours. It's, hi, I'm just going to ignore damage from a good half or maybe majority of the attacks you do. At least the really bad ones. Not to mention if you're fighting anything else, aberration or illusion or enchantment angled. Especially enchantment angled. Again, divination and charmed are two things the target is now immune from, and in specific, any effects similar power to affect the target's mind or gain information about the target. Now, we have things like what this obviously blocks. This would block something like a Nothic's Gaze, where they're getting information from you by just staring into you. Though again, anything that reads the mind, detects emotion, also an effect that charms. That's really good. Mainly because this is a touch spell, so you can give this to other targets, and it's an action. So let's say you enter combat or are surprised. Yes, it would be using your first action to cast it on yourself in that surprise scenario, but if you're heading into a battle and you know it's coming up, but you didn't know too far in it, it's basically like, okay, any prep spell can be used, but depending on the casting time limits the window you have to use. So if it's like 10 minutes, you have to do it well before a fight. If it's an action like this one, you could do it before walking into the door, before striking the first blow or breaking out of stealth. And again, because it's touch, you can hit a target with this that needs this effect. And the big thing is, again, immunity to psychic damage, nothing to scoff. But the big thing is immunity to charm and divination. Again, divination from any sense of like scrying, that's great, but I mean, for only a 24-hour window. The thing is, regular long rest rules-wise, you could just keep that up. You don't have to sleep for that full long rest. You can just, well, not that. You don't have to sleep for the full 24 hours, so you can just keep casting that without an amulet of protection against detection, I think is what the amulet's called. Immunity to charm. Does that also mean for effects that have already undergone hitting the target? So if someone's already affected by charm, can you then, again, because it's a touch spell, you could do this in the middle of combat, touch them, and then it's broken. Yes, you have cleric spells and remove curse and a bunch of other stuff that can stop charm effects similarly, but the classes that I think get Mind Blank don't usually have that as an option in just themselves. That's not that bad. Also, the big part, Wish. It blocks things from Wish or similar powered effects. That is crazy. Normally when Wish is brought up in this spell section, it's, oh yeah, this is outside of like artifacts or gods. This is penultimate ability of magic. At least that general creatures have access to. So the fact that it can stop spells of that level. Because most of the time, Wish is used as the final clause of nothing can break this except for 1, 2, and Wish. So the fact that this stops that, well, it doesn't stop it. It can still be stopped by Wish, but Wish can't peer through it. It's still a bit niche and situational, but immunity to psychic damage when going against enemies that use that, oh. Touch can have the 24-hour window overlap, or not overlap, but the casting overlap so that you can be free of any kind of detection on yourself or a specific other target, and you can still do it right before a combat or heading into a situation or needing to stealth away or breaking charm. There's a lot of options. Again, but the issue is 8th level. 8th level, that really hurts it, so... And it's already a niche topic. If it was lower level, like 6th, because it can still stop a lot of these things and it's immunity to damage. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.